Hello and welcome to those endless mysteries. Before we get started today, smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification button as well so you can keep up with all of our latest videos. And share this video and help our channel grow. So now let's get started. This sighting comes from 1985. It happened in Autauga County, Alabama. The witness says that this encounter happened along the Alabama River, around a creek named Rocky Branch, right between the city of Prattville and the town of Autauga. The witness says that he and his friend had stopped at a hill where they could see the river almost a mile away, saying that they got out of the truck and was looking down into the river valley. The witness says that he was raised outdoors hunting, fishing, trapping, and watching the wildlife. He also likes to imitate owls at night, just to hear them respond back to him. As him and his friend was standing along the hilltop, he decided to do a few hoots to see if the owls would respond back to him. At this time, the witness said that they didn't get owls to respond, but something that made a loud screaming or moaning noise that seemed to be coming from about 3/4 of a mile away. With neither of them ever hearing anything like this before, I can see how that would put someone on edge for sure, expecting to get a owl's hooting back at you, but instead you get something screaming and moaning at you. I think that would make anyone a little on edge. Now at this point, the witness asked his friend, "What the hell was that?" Saying that he replied back, it was probably what some of the old farmhands refer to over the years as the hairy man, which they have told about seeing from time to time for many years. After they heard this, the witness says that he hooted once again, with the witness receiving the same response, but this time the scream was much closer to them. The witness says that they stood there for a few more minutes when they suddenly could hear something big coming up the hill. It was moving quickly through the woods, said the witness. By the time they had gotten into the truck, the witness says, another hair-curdling scream rung out through the woods, getting closer to the hayfield they were parked in, saying they cranked the truck up and drove as fast as they could through the bumpy field. Once they had gotten to the gate of the field, his friend asked him to close the gate so no trespassers would come in, saying that the gate was a quarter or half a mile from where they had just been ran out of. So as the witness opened his truck door and he started to get out, when suddenly another loud scream came from the hayfield. Now the witness says that the gate didn't get closed that night, while saying that he didn't know what was making the screaming sounds, but that he did know that there wasn't any livestock in the field. The witness also said that if we could find and befriend this thing, that it would be a big asset to the U.S. Olympic team, because neither Jesse Owens or Carl Lewis can run that fast across country. Not like this thing did, he said. Now the witness says that since this has happened, that he has spoken to several people that has had experiences in this same area, as far back as the 1940s, he says, with some of these people saying that they have seen this creature and that it smells like a very musty wet dog, with this creature being between 6 to 7 feet tall. He also says that as far as he can tell, that no one has seen this creature on the Autauga County side of the river since 1991. So now that was a great little sighting report. Now for the next sighting. Now this sighting happened in Baldwin County, Alabama, from the year of 1979, right after Hurricane Frederick, which was in September. The witness says that it was a few days after Hurricane Frederick, with him only being 11 years old at the time, that they lived in a trailer on Hurricane Road, saying that they had been left without power after the hurricane. So all of their food was on ice. So around 11 p.m. that night, his father asked him to walk to his grandparents' store to get some more ice. Now his grandparents owned Hurricane Landing and Fish Camp at that time. Now it's called Perkins Landing. So he says he grabbed a flashlight and took off walking, with the store only being around a quarter of a mile away, which he was very used to walking to. This route had become a daily routine for the young man. So he says that he was walking down the left side of the road. He could hear the dogs barking and cutting up. He says that the dogs belonged to an older man that lived in the little white house. He kept the dogs in a pen in his backyard. So he decided to shine his flashlight towards the dogs to see why they were cutting up so much. When suddenly he says he saw something very large run from behind the house, saying that it was on two legs as it was running. He says that he followed the creature with his flashlight as it was running towards the woods. Then he said that the creature stopped and turned and looked at him. With the flashlight shining on the creature, he says that its eyes were glowing red in the dark. Then the witness says that this creature started running straight at him, saying that it was so fast that it traveled 30 to 40 yards in a flash. Then it just stopped at the edge of the road. The witness says that he was frozen in place from the fear. He couldn't run or scream, so he just stood there for what seemed forever, but that it probably was just for a few seconds. Then he said that this creature let out a loud, high-pitched growling sound. At this point, the witness says that he finally screamed out, which caused this creature to turn away and run off. The witness says that he also took off running, with him running all the way back home, where he was so upset that he couldn't catch his breath very well. So he says that his parents was trying to calm him down, with it taking a good while. But he says once he had calmed down, that he told his parents what he had seen. Now the next day he says that his dad and uncle had went down to where he had seen this creature, that they looked for footprints or any other evidence of what it could have been. His uncle told him that he probably saw a bear, but the witness says that even at 11 years old, he knew bears didn't run on two legs, and this thing was fast. The witness also says that the creature he saw was very large, standing at least 7 feet tall, with it being very broad through its shoulders, while being covered with dark brown or black hair all over its entire body, from head to toe, he stated, while his mouth was large with square teeth, while its eyes kind of looked sunken in. The witness says as a veteran that he has never been so scared as that night. He did say that there was another witness to this event, that someone else was walking down the road that night. Now, for the follow-up investigation, the investigator did say that his father did call him, with him wanting to verify that something definitely had scared his son that night. Now, this report, if nothing else, shows us just how the times has changed over the years. In most parts of this country now, you'd never see an 11-year-old out walking at night, not at 11 o'clock at night. It was different back in 1979 for sure. I used to walk up to the corner store at night, with it being about a mile away. But nowadays, no way. I wouldn't let my grandson take off walking at night. There's just no way. Even though we live in a good area, I wouldn't trust to let him go. Not alone, anyway. So this was a good little report story. I hope you have enjoyed this sighting report. So till next time, have a great day. And share this video on social media and help us grow our channel. And thanks for watching those endless mysteries.